Hey, what's going on, movie fans and Monster Squad aficionados? Welcome to another spooky edition of Mike and Juju's Movie Corner, where we dust off the VHS tapes and revisit the classics that kept us up all night in the best way possible. Alright, y'all, so it's October, and we're counting down to Halloween with our favorite childhood flicks. This week, we are diving deep into the 80s monster mash, The Monster Squad.
That's right, Mike. Get ready for some serious nostalgia as we break down this underrated gem. For those who haven't seen it, The Monster Squad is a 1987 horror comedy that brings together the most iconic universal monsters and a group of lovable kids who are ready to save their town from a monstrous takeover. So grab your garlic necklaces and your silver bullets, because we're about to kick some serious monster butt.
Yeah. Alright, so first up, let's go straight to our heroes. We've got Sean, the monster-obsessed leader. He was played by a young Andrew Gower. Basically, the Indiana Jones of the suburbia, I'd say. And then we've got his best buddy, Patrick. Easily the brains of the operation. And you can never forget the lovable Horace. Not only was he the new kid in town, but he had a heart of gold and a mouth of sass, y'all.
That's right. And let's not forget about the adorable Phoebe, the little sister who's actually the coolest member of the squad, and her bestie, the charming little vampire hunter, Eugene.
Eugene.
Together they form a team that's ready to tackle Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the mummy, the Wolfman, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. It's like the Avengers of the monster world, but with more cardboard cakes and homemade weapons.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk about the monsters themselves. First, Count Dracula, played by the legendary Duncan Reeker. And Count Dracula has a plan to take over the world, but he ain't alone in that plan. That master plan is backed up by the mummy, the creature, and the Wolfman, all teaming up together. It's kind of like the Ultimate Monster Squad, but on the wrong side of the tracks.
Right. And let's not forget the iconic moment where they all get together for a monster rally, courtesy of a stolen amulet. It's like a monster convention gone awry, and it's pure gold. But the real star of the show is Frankenstein's monster, played by Tom Noonan, who has a heart of, well, not gold, but definitely more human than we expect. His friendship with the kids adds a surprising emotional depth to the film.
Hey, and it's not just about the scares and laughs, y'all. There's a surprising amount of real heart in this movie. Kind of like when the monsters start to realize that maybe they're not the good guys after all. And at the same time, the kids are learning that maybe some monsters ain't all that bad. It really is a classic tale of friendship and acceptance, kind of wrapped up in a whole spooky package.
Spooky. The movie is directed by Fred Decker, who also gave us the cult classic Night of the Creeps. He's got a, well, knack for balancing the horror and humor just right, and the Monster Squad is no exception. The dialogue is witty, the action is intense, and the special effects are, well, special effects from the 80s. But that's all part of the charm.
Special effects. I always love talking about special effects because a lot, everything we do is classic, and it's going to be 80s. I mean, it's not going to hold up in today's standards, but if you were there, it was just charming. A real practical magic that you just can't get with CGI. And hey, let's talk about the monster design. The creature is like a mix of the original and something kind of out of a kid's nightmare. And then you got Wolfman, who's just a hairy delight.
The film score by Bruce Brofton is also a total throwback. It's got that epic, adventure-filled sound that just screams Halloween. It's the kind of music you want playing when you're running from monsters or fighting them off with your toy stakes and holy water balloons.
And the settings for this movie, just typical 80s. I love it. From the tree houses to the police station, it's really like stepping out of a time capsule of our youth, And you can't forget, the film has some serious star power. Even the original Wolfman himself, Lon Chaney Jr. has a cameo in this.
That's right. It's amazing to think that a movie about a bunch of kids fighting monsters could be so well-rounded.
Definitely.
But that's what makes a Monster Squad so great. It's got something for everyone. It's got action, it's got comedy, it's got heart. Now let's get some seriously fun monster battles. It's the kind of movie that you can watch again and again, and it never gets old.
Definitely. And you know, we say that several times on this so far on the movie corner, but it's just, these movies are movies that we, in our own lives, love to watch still as adults.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why we're trying to bring them to new people that haven't seen them. And, I mean, anybody out there that hasn't seen this, if you're a fan of movies like The Goonies, which we've done on here, The Gremlins we have coming out soon, guys, or movies like The Lost Boys, those real old, timeless 80s movies. This is a perfect flick for y'all, guys. It's nostalgic. It's got adventure, horror, and heart that makes it's just really special. Alright, so it's definitely one of those films that you can enjoy no matter how old you get as well, as I was saying, because we're old.
I know. So, grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and get ready to relive the 80s with the Monster Squad. It's a perfect Halloween weekend watch. And trust us, you'll be quoted in for days. Wolfman's got nards.
Classic. Alright, folks, that's our breakdown of the Monster Squad. Join us next week as we tackle another spooky favorite. Until then, stay scared and keep the monsters at bay. Happy Halloween, y'all, and remember, all 4 weeks of October, spooky editions. We'll see y'all on the next one.